Hello everybody, welcome back. I am Dr. Tanuja. Today I will discuss about the maternal pelvis. Now the normal pelvis is made up of 4 bones, that is 2 hip bones, then sacrum and the little tiny bones, that is coccyx. Now the hip bone is made up of 3 bones. Those are ilium, ischium and pubis. Now what are the part of the sacral bone? This over here, the rounded structure is called sacral promontory, and this over here, the wing-like structure on the both sides are called ala of sacrum, and over here the S1, S2, S3, S4 and S5, these are the part of the sacral bone. At the bottom, the little tiny bone, that is coccyx. The pelvis is divided into false pelvis and the true pelvis by the pelvic brim. From the obstetrical standpoint, it is useful to consider the pelvic bone as a whole pelvis rather than separately. Now the pelvis is anatomically divided into false pelvis and the true pelvis, and the boundary line being the brim of the pelvis. The bony landmarks on the brim of the pelvis from anterior to posterior on each side are upper border of symphysis pubis, then pubic crest, then round thing over here is called pubic tubercle, then upper border of the ascending rami of pubic bone, then iliopectineal line, then rough projection over here is called iliopectineal eminence, then sacroiliac joint, then ala of sacrum and sacral promontory. This gets repeated on the other sides like ala of sacrum, then sacroiliac joint, then iliopectineal line and iliopectineal eminence, iliopectineal line, then upper border of ascending rami of pubic bone, then pubic tubercle, then pubic crest and symphysis pubis. The part of pelvis which lies above the pelvic brim is called false pelvis. Now why it is called false pelvis? Because this part of the pelvis has no role in labor. The only function of the pelvis is to support the uterus. Now true pelvis. The part of pelvis which lies at the part of the pelvic brim or lies below the pelvic brim is called true pelvis. Now the true pelvis is further divided into 3 parts, that are pelvic inlet, mid pelvis or cavity of the pelvis and pelvic outlet. First, pelvic inlet. The part of pelvis which lies at the level of the pelvic brim is called pelvic inlet, and the part of pelvis which lies at the level of the ischial spine is called mid pelvis or cavity of the pelvis. This projection is called the ischial spine, and the part of the pelvis which lies at the level of the ischial spine is called mid pelvis, and the bottommost part of the pelvis is called the pelvic outlet. It lies at the level of the ischial tuberosity. Thank you everybody for listening. The next video I will discuss about the diameters of the pelvis and the mechanism of the labor. See you soon. Take care. Thank you.